Welcome to the Way of Mastery. This is Earl Purdy on Facebook Live, welcoming you to the Way of Mastery. And tonight, we're going to talk about all you need is love. All you need is love. Welcome to the Way of Mastery on Facebook Live. This is Earl Purdy. So glad to have you with me. We would follow the Holy Spirit. We're going to follow the Holy Spirit now. And that your direction gives me peace. This holy instant would I give to you. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. It's important to have you in my reality.
Now that we're coming to the end of this millennium,
you are so awesome to me. And I'm so glad to be here with you. I'm excited. We are in a brand new year. Welcome to the Way of Mastery.
The joy, the peace, and the love we're going to feel. It's going to
take a breath.
As God takes that final step.
Take a breath. Guess what? For I would follow you. I would follow you now, Spirit. It's time for us to follow the light in a brand new way. We've got to get into our hearts right now. Fill our hearts right now. Breathe, 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 for I would follow you. Follow you now. I would follow you. Follow you now. I follow you, you follow me, we follow God. Your direction gives me. Be certain that Spirit's direction, love's direction, gives me peace. Tell yourself, this holy instant would I give to you. Be Well, welcome to the Way of Mastery, mighty companions, and I'm glad that you're here at our new location. I'm broadcasting all of my Facebook Live broadcasts from the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. And what's so cool about it is that anyone can watch these videos now, these Facebook Live broadcasts, whether or not they have a Facebook account or not, and whether or not they are on Facebook. So now you can recommend all of my live broadcasts to your friends, to your relatives that you feel like would really enjoy the broadcast, and they can watch the broadcast whether they're on Facebook or not. You will go to www.facebook.com/Earl Purdy Live. Earl Purdy Live. Just remember www.facebook.com//Earl Purdy Live, or just tell them the Earl Purdy page. So I'm happy to be here with you. We're going to be talking about going deep into the Way of Mastery, and we're going to be on page 75, lesson 6, Love Heals All Things. We're going to be on page 75 in The Way of Mastery, The Way of the Heart. And I'm excited about it. Don't forget that we're live, so that means you can interact with each other. You can interact with me. I see all the comments, whether or not I'm able to respond to every comment. And I'd like to ask you to take 10 seconds to share this live broadcast on your timeline. Right next to comments, you have a share icon, and you can share it on your timeline, and then other people will be able to watch this Facebook Live broadcast and this video. I really would appreciate your support, and you're putting it out there for other people as well as for yourself, because I believe that a lot of people are hungry for what we talk about. A lot of people are hungry for what we do. So we're going to start out on page 75, and I am going to start out with the word therefore, the paragraph that starts with therefore on page 75. Because it says that therefore you need to feed the only habit that matters. So what is the only habit that matters? We want to feed the only habit that matters. So what is it that's the only habit that matters? Well, the only habit that matters is remembering that the truth is true always, regardless of what's passing before your physical eyes and before your mind. So no matter what you see, the truth is always true, always. In all comings and goings, in all births and deaths, in all arising and passing away of the universe after universe after universe, the truth is always true. The truth is always true if you're in the middle of dealing with a flat tire. The truth is always true if you're caught in a sudden snowstorm or rainstorm. In other words, nothing, not one single thing holds more value except your relationship with your Creator. The only relationship that has any value is my relationship with my Creator. The only relationship that has any value is your relationship with your Creator. The only relationship that has value is your relationship to your Creator. The only thing that has value is my relationship with God. The only relationship that has any real value is my relationship with my Creator. The only relationship that has any value is my relationship with my Creator. The only relationship that really holds any real value is my relationship with the universe, which is another name for my Creator. The only relationship that holds value is my relationship with all that is. So another real cool term for God is all that is. God is all that is. So one of my favorite names for God is all that is. I call on God. I call on all that is. So you can feel how expansive that sounds and how expansive that feels. I'm calling on God. I'm calling on all that is. So when you've experienced in relationship, when you have experienced in relationship with anyone or anything, a moment of bliss, when you've been in a relationship with anyone and you experienced a moment of peace that forever passes your understanding, whenever you are with a person and you experience a moment of fulfillment so sweet and so sublime that no word could even touch it, much less express it. When you have experienced what you have experienced is only the flow of the love of God through you. When you think another person is turning you on and you're feeling so good in some situation or circumstance, what you are really feeling, according to the way of mastery, is that you actually experiencing the flow of the love of God moving through you. So what is that trying to tell me? What is it trying to tell us? It's trying to tell us that the person or the thing is not really causing that bliss that you are feeling. That person, that thing, that circumstance is not really causing that really good feeling that you're having. That's you actually experiencing God's love, the Creator's love, flowing through you. It was caused, why did you feel it? Well, it was caused because for just a moment, do you know what you did? Well, for just a moment, you stepped out of your drama. That's why that love, that bliss flowed through you. Just for a moment, you stepped out of your regular dream. Just for a moment, you allowed the truth to be lived. So what does that say? That says to me that when I'm around someone and I'm feeling what I think of as so much love and I'm feeling so much bliss, the only thing that's happened is that I've stepped out of my normal way of thinking. I've gotten outside of my focus on drama. And finally, I really allowed the truth to be lived through me. So what does that mean? Well, you have to make sure you don't trick yourself. You have to make sure you don't trick yourself. And the way that you make sure that you don't trick yourself is to, well, if you tell yourself, this is how you know you're tricking yourself. If you tell yourself, God, that was so sweet. That was the best thing I've ever tasted. It must have come from you. It must have come from something outside of me. So I'm saying it came from you. This good feeling is coming from you. All this love that I'm feeling is coming from you. So get over here. That's when you're tricking yourself. When you say, get over here. I need you. All of my happiness is coming from you. All of my sense of value and worth and self-esteem and specialness and love, it's coming from you. If you ever believe you need anything, if you ever believe you need anyone, rest assured, in that moment, you are living in delusion. Everything that you are experiencing, it is coming through you, from you. And there are people in situations and circumstances in your life that when you're with them, you step out of your drama. You step out of your ego. Something about them makes you allow the truth to come through. And so you feel this bliss. You feel what you call love. And then sometimes you are going to be tempted to trick yourself into believing that this good feeling is coming from this person or this situation. You may fool yourself into thinking that if you don't have this person, you don't have this situation, then you're not going to have that feeling. That's when you tricked yourself. I want to wish all of you the happiest New Year. This is going to be such a powerful year of self-realization and growth. All of us together, mighty companions, because, you know, we do have a family here. So if you get a chance, join my Facebook live group. So don't be deluded. Don't be deluded. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's online, that's making comments and that's sharing. And I want to ask you to share this live broadcast on your timeline. Just hit share and then put it out there for me. So we're going to do a section that's called All You Need Is Love. All you need is love. We're going to go through the section called All You Need Is Love. Sounds like that Beatles song, right? But it's so true. It's so true. All you need is love. And one of the definitions of love from A Course in Miracles is freedom. So all you need is freedom. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love fulfills all things. Love embraces all things. Love heals all things. Love transforms things. So what is it that you need to remember? What is it, Earl, that you need to remember? You need to remember that you and only you can become the cause of your fulfillment. You and only you can become the cause of your peace. You and only you can become the cause of your completion in time. So what does this require? Well, the thing that it requires is that you do nothing except remember to establish your connection with your Creator. Okay, so I don't care how good I'm feeling, that feeling is coming from me. I think it's coming from the other person, but it's really coming from me. It's the flow of the love of God going through me. All I need to remember is that the most important thing for me to focus on is my connection to my Creator, if all of those loving, happy feelings that come through me are coming from my Creator because I was with this person or in this situation where just for a minute I got out of my ego, I got out of my drama when I was with them, which allowed the love of God to flow through me, gave me tremendous bliss, then the temptation is for me to attribute that loving feeling to the person that I was with. And that's when you're being tricked, is when you think that love is coming to you from something outside of yourself. And once you realize that that love is coming to you through your Creator, then obviously you would start to believe that the most important thing for you to remember would be what? My relationship with my Creator. That's right, Demola. I only can become the cause of my completion in time. That's right. I'm the cause of my completion in time. I'm the one where the love is coming through. I'm the one that the love is coming through. I'll say it again. This is very important. When you are around other people or when you're with someone, then it's very important to remember that that good feeling that you have, that loving feeling that you have, that in-love feeling that you have is not coming from the person that you're feeling all of that joy with. That feeling of love is coming from the Creator through you. Because just for a moment, you got out of your fear, out of your ego, out of your sense of separation when you were with that person. So that allowed the love of God to come through you. And then the temptation is to say, they caused it. And so then you get attached to that person and you want to cling to that person to make sure that you continue to experience that incredible feeling that actually came through you and from you and not that other person. Remember that. Remember that. Earl, remember that. Mighty companion, remember that. You're right, Shahira. It's important to not get it twisted. Exactly. Exactly. You're right, Jim. All you need is love, which is freedom. So, and Kathy, like you're telling yourself, the only thing you need, remember, is the greatest value is coming from the Creator through you, and then nurture this understanding. Kim, you're exactly right. From the love of God through me. That's right. It's coming from the love of God through you. Now, is it not true that what you desire most of all is love? What you really want more than anything else is love, and everything else that you think that you want becomes something that you think is going to give you love. Is it not true that you hope that each relationship, no matter how short, no matter what the form, that each journey, that each undertaking will allow you the experience of peace? Isn't it true that you are hoping that everything you do will give you some kind of experience of peace? Is it not true that you who find yourselves in and as a body temporarily in time, isn't it true that the grandest of experiences you have known have been those experiences that seem to flood the very cells of the body with love, which means with a sublime bliss and a peace? Accept that truth. Accept what truth? That what you desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. So let's take a moment to say that to ourselves right now. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. Say that with me. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. What I desire beyond all things is the living experience of love. The spoken word is very, very, very powerful. So when you take a moment to say what I'm saying out loud, it takes more concentration to do it. It takes more focus to do it. So when you say something and you speak it, it is very, very powerful. So what is the other thing that we need to remember? Well, it says that the other thing that you need to remember is nothing you do can bring love to you. 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 Nothing you do can keep love from yourself in a form of your choosing. Nothing you do can keep love for yourself in a form of your choosing. Nothing you do can keep love for yourself in a form of your choosing. Nothing you do can make love appear in the form of your insistence. Nothing you do can bring love to you. Nothing you do can keep love for yourself in a form of your choosing. Nothing you do can make love appear in the form of your insistence. So what is it that we are being told to do right now? The thing that we're being told to do right now is release the drama. What? Release the drama. Release the drama, release the drama, release the drama, which means release the dream, which means choose to remember the truth that is true always. Notice that we are not being told to analyze this. We are being told to what? Remember this. So choose to remember the truth that is true always. Return to the kingdom within. Return to the kingdom within. Even prior to every breath, return to the kingdom within. So how do you return to the kingdom within? 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 You remind yourself, you say to your Creator, this is how you remind yourself of the kingdom within. You remind yourself and you say to your Creator, I want only that which is true always. I want only that which is true always. I only want what's true always. I only want what's true always. I only want what's true always. Love is what I want. Love is what I want. Love is what I want. See, every time I go through the way of mastery, whatever it tells me to do, I stop and I do it right then. Because I know the temptation will be to get through listening to this and not actually do it. So every time it tells me to do something, I just go ahead and do it. Like right now, it says, remind yourself and say to your Creator, I want only that which is true always. I want only that which is true always. I want only that which is true always. Love is what I want, love is what I want, love is what I want, love is what I want. Love is what you are. 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 Love is what I receive. 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 Love is who I am. 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 I and my Father are one. I and my Creator are one. I and my Creator are one. I and my Father are one. See, this is what's so cool about all of us being together and communicating with each other right now, is that we get a chance to do this and to do it up. I'll say it again. Love is what I received. Love is what I received. Do you know my ego is trying to strangle me right now? Because I dared say that love is what I am and love is who I am. And that part of me that doesn't believe that that's true about me, that part of me got so upset that what it did was try to strangle me right then. So the part of me that doesn't believe I deserve love, that part of me tried to strangle me. So I have to be even more dedicated to telling myself the truth. Love is what I receive. Love is who I am. I and my Father are one. And then it tells us, here and here alone do you discover what you seek. Because if you're looking for love, true love, that's going to be the one thing that you can absolutely count on is going to come to you. And then you become free. You become free to do what? Well, you become free to walk this earth. You become free to be in the world, but not of the world at all. It would be something like you would be personally experiencing love coming at you from so many different directions in so many different ways. Even though it looks like there's a lot of tragedy and pain and fear going on in the world, you will notice that what you are perceiving is love or a call for love, and what you are experiencing is a lot of joy, and that your life is full of a lot of positive, loving energy coming at you. So in that case, you're in the world, but you are definitely not of the world. And also, do you know that through your friends, though your friends will look upon you and still see a man or woman who seems to act like them, yet though they don't see it and don't know it, you are the Christ. You are representing true love and the real love that is with them. So actually, you become like the Christ dwelling with your friends. Now, you're going to still look the same outwardly, but you're going to be bringing a new level of vibration and a new level of love into any encounters that you have with your friends or loved ones. Then you're going to start to notice that something in them keeps attracting them to you. You're going to notice that people are attracted to you more and more, and maybe they don't even understand why they are attracted to you. They're not really sure what's going on with you, but they know something is going on with you. So they might even be asking themselves, is it the shape of your body? Is that what's drawing me to you? Is because I love your body's shape? Or am I being attracted to you because of the radiance of your eyes? Maybe it's the radiance. There's something about you that's really, really attracted me. And the truth is, it's not none of these things. What the people around you are going to be experiencing is they're going to feel the quality of love. That's what's going to be attracting them to you, but they may not be aware that that is exactly what's attracting them to you. But what they're feeling from you is the quality of love. So even though you're going to pretty much look the same around your friends and relatives, you're going to begin to realize that people are becoming more and more attracted to you, and they may not be really sure why they are feeling so attracted to you, but you know it's because you are the Christ. You are the living expression and the embodiment of the love of God, the Christ, and that you are exuding a quality of love that is attracting them, but they don't quite understand what it is. So I'm going to ask you, can you imagine walking upon this earth, and no matter where you are on the earth, feeling as though every wisp of cloud, every blade of grass, and all good things under heaven and earth were already residing with you, within your sphere, within your countenance. Can you imagine walking upon this earth and sensing that the light from the farthest of stars that shines during the night is already within you? What would it be like to walk around feeling like the whole of creation was held in the palm of your hands? What would that be like? Would there be room yet to convince yourself that there is something you lack? If you were feeling that way, would you be able to really feel like there's anything that you are really lacking in any way? Something you need if you felt that wholeness and that completeness of all that is within yourself? That the restlessness that you sometimes feel, would you think it was even valid anymore when you really were in touch with the wholeness and the completeness of your love, your light? It says right here in the Way of Mastery, in truth, you are like one who has been given a perfect treasure. You're like somebody that's been given a priceless jewel. And you've taken that priceless jewel and you placed it in your pocket and you've forgotten that you possess it. It's like losing your car keys, hunting all over for them, and then realizing the keys were in your pocket all the time. But no matter where you looked outside of yourself, you never would have found the key because the key was on you. That's the way everything is in reality, that you have everything that you need within yourself, but you've forgotten it. And so you think you've lost it. And so there's a part of the mind that tells you that you've got to find this love and happiness that you've been looking for, that you've forgotten about how to experience, that it's outside of you. So it's like you have a priceless jewel, you placed it in your pocket, and you've forgotten that you possess it. You've forgotten how doggone awesome you are. You've forgotten that you are off the chain. You are. I just don't even know what to say sometimes. When I'm talking to you all and I'm sharing with you all, there's so much energy going on within me that sometimes it's almost overwhelming. I mean, you all give out some incredibly darn good vibes. I feel your vibes, and it just turns me on all the way through my being. So I just had to take a moment to tell you that you mean so much to me. You're so valuable to me. I feel like I'm not alone going in the direction that I'm going in because we have each other. That's why I keep inviting you to take a moment to just share this live broadcast on your timeline. Just click on the share button. I want to connect with more and more of my mighty companions. I want to connect with more and more of you. So you run around when you think it's outside of yourself and you've forgotten that it's inside of yourself. You run around trying to look into everybody else's pocket. That means you have tried to seduce certain ones. Admit it, you've tried to seduce a few people to surrender so that you can own the clothing and therefore you can try to possess the jewel that you hope is in their pocket. So let's just tell the truth right now. Let's just admit that when I didn't recognize that the love was within me, that I tried to sometimes seduce others to get them to surrender to me so that I could try to possess that love that I thought was outside of myself and maybe in them. But would you like to hear a really awesome truth? Would you like to hear a off-the-chain truth? Also, I wanted to tell you all, since I'm doing Facebook Live on my Earl Purdy page instead of my profile, that means your friends and relatives, I'll say it again, can now watch the live broadcast without having to necessarily have a Facebook account. All they have to do is go to facebook.com/Earl Purdy Live on the Earl Purdy page. So if you really want to possess love, if I really want to possess love, if you really want to possess love, I've heard this so many times, but I'm going to say it again. If you want to possess love, thank you, Shahira, for telling me that it's such a blessing to be with me too. and all the rest of our mighty companions. I love the love that all of us share with each other. You can't possess love until you set it free. I mean, how many friggin' times have I heard that I can't possess love until I set it free? And when I look back over my experience before I realized the truth, I was doing just the opposite. I thought that love was possession. So that whenever I got in a relationship with anyone, I thought the most important thing that I could possibly do to show my love was to possess them. And what the way of mastery is saying to us is that you can't possess love until you set it free. That you can't possess love until you set it free. You cannot move into a holy relationship, which is a loving relationship. You can't move into a holy, loving relationship with anyone or anything until you give up all trace of the need to possess it. Okay, now, I've never been in any type of intimate, special relationship without experiencing some level of a need to possess them or to possess the love. So I'm going to admit right now to myself and you and the universe that there's a possibility that I haven't truly, totally experienced love in its realest expression now, because I was just told that if I was trying to possess it, then that really keeps me from knowing what love really feels like. So I'll tell you this. I'm really excited to experience real love for the first time without any fear. So when your only desire is love, then you will be willing to set anyone free. When your only desire is love, you will be willing to support him or her in their own journey, no matter what it is or what it takes. So what that is telling me, that if I really loved you and I was in a hello Grace, and I was in a relationship with you, then I would be willing to set you free, and I would be willing to support you in doing whatever it is you felt like you needed to do for your own journey, no matter what it is, no matter what it takes. I would trust that and I would support that. If I really love you, then I would be willing to set you free to experience your life the way that you felt would be the best way for you to live and experience your life. And I wouldn't even feel my love waver for you, because you would be doing what you wanted to do if you were free to follow your heart and to follow your journey and your path. Wow, now that's some awesome love right there. You know what I'm saying? But if a twinge of sadness arises because you recognize that two bodies in space are not going to go to separate parts, are now going to go to separate parts of the planet, it says, as that twinge arises, you will recognize it as the effect of a mistaken perception. So what did that just tell us? If I get sad because the other person is going to go to another physical location that is away from me, then I should recognize that I am having a mistaken perception. That if I really was experiencing love, true love for you, then if you were going to go to another physical location, I would not truly feel sad about it. I would feel love and happiness about it if it was going to serve your purpose and if it was something that you really and truly wanted to do. So what am I hearing? I'm hearing the way of mastery tell me the way that love operates. I might not be able to pull it off right now completely myself. So I'm not going to beat myself up because I can't give unconditional love all the time. But what the way of mastery is doing is it's making me aware of how to tell when I'm seeing correctly and when I'm experiencing love the way that I should be experiencing love. So I shouldn't beat myself up. I should just recognize that my goal should be to share so much unconditional love and to support the people that I love and free them on their journey, that I am not sad when they choose to follow their path, even if it means I might not physically be in their presence. So how would you handle that? Well, the way of mastery says you will move within to the place in which all minds are joined, you will remember that your fulfillment doesn't rest in gaining love from that other person, but in giving love to everyone. Okay, so I love someone. I want to give them love. I want to give them unconditional love. There's a need for them to separate from me. We're not going to be in the same physical space. If I start to feel really sad about that, then that's my way of knowing that I have a mistaken perception. So how do I get past my erroneous perception? The Way of Mastery said, well, the way you get past your erroneous perception is remembering that your fulfillment doesn't come from them, but your fulfillment comes from giving love to everyone. So if I'm giving love to everyone, then I can handle it better if someone that I love has to go to another physical space, or if there's some type of a separation between us. Then I can handle the separation between me and one other person better if I have lots of love that I'm giving and receiving from everyone. Because if I'm giving and receiving love from everyone, then that keeps me from putting too much erroneous pressure on anyone. So in order for me to be able to free you, I need to be giving and receiving love to and from everyone so that I can be happy even if you're not with me in the physical. Even if you're not with me in the physical, then I could still be more peaceful about it if I'm allowing myself to give love, if I'm allowing myself to give love to everyone, then I can handle any separations that happen between me and anybody that I love. If indeed you would know the truth that sets you free, heed each and every word that is being shared. So if I'm really going to practice this truth, then I need to pay attention to every word that's being said, and I need to act on every word that's being said. If you would taste the sweet nectar of perfect freedom, if you want to know what perfect freedom tastes like, then what should you be committed to? Be committed to replacing every erroneous perception that you've ever made and every thought you have ever held of anyone and anything. So I want to dedicate myself to freedom. I want to be free. So I'm going to say to the universe, and I'm going to say to you, and you should say to yourself and say to the universe, I am committed to replacing every erroneous perception that I've ever made and every erroneous thought that I've ever held about anyone or anything. I'm willing for every mistaken idea. I'm willing for every judgment. I am willing for every erroneous perception that I've ever had, every erroneous thought that I've ever had to be replaced. I'm willing to set these things aside. I'm willing to commit the fullness of my energy to the simple but vigilant practice of remembering the truth. I am going to be vigilant about what? Practicing the remembering of the truth. Okay, so let me get this straight, because it doesn't make sense if I read this or we go through this and we don't allow ourselves to make it ours. Okay, so if I want perfect freedom, I've got to be committed to replacing every erroneous thought, every erroneous perception that I've had about anything or anyone, and I've got to be totally committed and totally vigilant to the remembering and the practicing of the truth, even prior to every breath. So what is it that you're going to say? What is it that you're going to say? The first thing you're going to say is, I live. Say that, I live, yet not I, but the Christ or the true self that dwells in me. Another term for the Christ is the one self that we all share. That one self that we all share. That true self that we all share. So therefore, I submit and surrender to the truth that is true always. So let's say that. I submit and surrender to the truth that is true always. I submit and surrender to the truth that is true always. I submit and surrender to the truth that is true always. I surrender, I submit and surrender to the truth that is true always. My fulfillment comes only from allowing Christ to be given to the world. My fulfillment comes only from allowing love to be given to the world. My fulfillment comes only from allowing the true self to be given to the world. Christ is the true self. Love is the true self. So what is the thing about the truth that is one of the main things to remember? Well, what I believe one of the main things to remember about the truth is that the truth is very simple. The truth is very simple, and complexity is of the ego, fearful mind. Fearful minds focus on complexity. Fearful minds make everything very complex. Loving minds keep everything simple, because the truth is very simple. The truth is very simple. That's right, Jesse. I submit and surrender to the truth that is true always. That's right, Dana. Know thyself. And that's right, Grace. Christ is the true self. Love is the true self. So the truth is very simple. Yes, Marie, it's important that you and I remember that the truth is very simple. The truth is very simple. The truth is not complex at all. So what is it that we are being asked to do? The main thing that we're being asked to do is to get out of the way. We're being asked to get out of the way. We're being asked to let love live through you. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let love live through you. Get out of the way and let love live through you. Get out of the way and let love live through you. And all of a sudden, you will know, indeed, that you are given all things, and you are given all things, and you are given all things eternally. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let love live through you. The truth is simple. The truth isn't complex. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let love live through you. And all of a sudden, when you do that, do you know that you will absolutely recognize that you are given all things all the time eternally? When you get out of the way, when you let love live through you, you will know that grace is reality. You will know that effortlessness is the way in the kingdom. In reality, in love, love is effortless. Real love is effortless. The working on it is really you trying to let go of every block that keeps you from feeling the love that is already there. Do you hear what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying, Earl. You don't have to effort to love. Love is not something that you effort. Love is not something that's a struggle. Love is not something that is hard. It's really effortless. So that's why the work is to remove every block to the awareness of love's presence. Your work is to let go of every erroneous perception and thought that you have that blocks the love that's already there, because no one else is making you feel what you feel anyway. It's really coming from you, and there's something about them that makes you allow yourself to feel the love that you are. For some reason, this person gets you out of your ego enough so that you can feel the love of God that's flowing through you from you. And then the challenge is not to attribute that good feeling and that love to that other person and think that they're the one that's giving it to you. So then all of a sudden you feel a need to try to possess them and cling to them and be attached to them because you believe that the love and the good feeling that you're feeling is being sourced by them. So that is why we have to keep it all simple and then get out of the way, which is another way of saying get your thoughts out of the way, get your beliefs out of the way, get your erroneous perceptions about yourself out of the way, so that the love that is you, that is already in you, that feels so friggin' good, can express itself in a more consistent way And when you really, really, really love someone, you don't want to possess them. You don't want to limit them. You want to totally free them. And you really want to support them in following the path of their heart and them doing the thing that actually really moves them and evolves them. And if you feel yourself feeling sad or feeling afraid or thinking that you're going to lose because you are trying to free them, then you know that that is an erroneous perception. That sad feeling is your way of knowing, okay, I'm not really allowing the love to come through me right now. I'm allowing the fear of loss to come through me right now. And I would not allow the fear of loss to come through me right now if I was giving more love, if I were giving more love to everyone and extending my love out to everyone, then I would not feel a sense of loss if someone that I was experiencing love with for a while appeared to be separate from me or in another physical space. Woo! The Way of Mastery, I'm telling you, you can get it on Amazon. You can also go to shanticristo.com. This is an incredible teaching. The Way of Mastery is an incredible channel book. So effortlessness doesn't mean that you don't feel, because you're in a dimension of feeling. So I'm not saying that you don't feel. Effortlessness does not mean that you do not discover how to deepen your ability to be the living embodiment of love. But effortlessness does not mean that you do not challenge yourself to learn to express love in a way that can be heard by another. But what does effortlessness mean? It means simply that you abandon the resistance to what love requires in each moment. I'm going to abandon being resistant to what love requires in each moment. I want to let go of any and everything that keeps me from experiencing love from moment to moment to moment. It's got to be lived. So effortlessness means simply that you abandon the resistance to what love requires. And what is it that love requires? Okay, love requires that I remember the simple truth, that I remember the truth, and when I'm upset, mad, angry, jealous, insecure, and afraid, all that means is I am having some kind of a mistaken perception. I'm not seeing something correctly. I'm missing something right here. I'm missing something right now. How do I know I'm missing something? How do I know I've forgotten the truth? How do I know I am somehow, a little bit off? You will know it by the way you feel. The way you feel, which means that I need to just go back to remembering the simple truth that I want the love of God to flow through me. That I am the source. I am ultimately the source of those good feelings, those loving feelings that I'm having from anyone. It's coming through me, from me. So in the world doesn't really understand effortlessness. Effortlessness is a characteristic of reality. It's a characteristic of love. But in the world, especially the parts of the world that we perceive fearfully, effortlessness means that you let down the wall you have built between yourself and everything else. You let down the walls that you built between yourself and everything else. You no longer resist. You no longer resist the lived experience of relationship. Whatever it is, I don't care if it's a relationship with the cloud. I don't care if it's a relationship with another person. I don't care if it's a relationship with a dog or cat. I don't care what the relationship is. Why not wrap that? Even if you got to pay a bill, sometimes it says, well, why not just wrap it with Christmas paper and ribbons and send that out with love? When you have learned to release the barriers, when you have learned to release the walls between yourself and whatever is in front of you, when you open the door to your chakras, to your spiritual centers, when you do that and simply allow love to be lived through you, when you look at another person, when you look at another situation, when you look at another thing and realize that nothing in this world Nothing in this world has the power to hurt you. Nothing in this world has the power to hurt you. Nothing in this world has the power to take anything from you. You are free. Hear that now. Hear that. I know this is going to be pretty intense because there's going to probably be a part of the mind that can point out all the different ways that you have been hurt or that it does look like something's been taken from you. But the truth is, nothing in this world has the power to hurt you. Nothing in this world has the power to take anything from you because you are free. So if you remember to extend love, if you remember to extend love, then you are free. I'm going to extend freedom to you and I will be free. I'm going to extend love to you and I will be free. When you do that, let me tell you, you have transcended birth and you have transcended death. You are the seeker no more. And then only the true you, only the Christ you, only the love you will be walking on this earth. That's the truth. Mighty companion, listen to this and watch this over and over and over and over again, because the key is to remember the truth. The truth is simple. We just need to remember it. I'm going to do some quick takeaway points. I want to invite you and thank you if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation for my teaching ministry. Just go to earlpurdy.com. I really appreciate it. This is my function in the world. All I do is teach and want to be a voice for God. So thank you for sharing financial expressions of appreciation at my website, earlpurdy.com. Also, going into the new year, I'm an astrologer and a numerologist, as well as A Course in Miracles and the Metaphysical Way of Mastery and Truth teacher. And this is a brand new year, so you might want to consider having a clarity session with me so that you'll see how you can best and most easily take advantage of this upcoming year by getting in touch with your higher self through the symbolism of astrology and numerology, if you're open to it. I want to invite you to go to my website. It gives you all the details about how you can have a one-on-one session with me. And I've been doing it over 40 years. And I wouldn't do something for 40 years. I'm not so stupid that I would do something for 40 years that has no validity and has not been helpful. So follow your heart. I just want you to know I'm available. And know that John Christmas at johnchristmas.com, that's the music that we are listening to also. I feel so good about this. So this was a very powerful section about all you need is love. All you need is love. So did anyone want to share right quick a sentence of a takeaway that you got? Just one thing that stuck out for you out of what we were sharing tonight, because this was really, really, really a really good section. I feel real good about that, about this section.
Listen to me, people,
I want you to hear, nothing in this world has the power to hurt you. Nothing in this world has the power to hurt you. Nothing in this world has the power to hurt you. Nothing in this world has the power to take anything from you. Nothing in this world has the power to take anything from you. You are free. I'll say it again. You are free. So some of these statements we got is, Mary says, truth is true. And Holden says, expand your love. Patricia says, powerful. Love is all there is. It is so important to remember that love is all there is. And Kim says, love is effortless. Love is effortless. Ego is difficult. And Kathy says, Christ, truth is the only relationship of real value. I say, truth is the only relationship of real value. Truth is the only relationship of real value. Nurture it. Nurture it. Allow love to be lived through you. Go. I allow love to be lived through me. I allow love to be lived through me. I allow love to be lived through me. Say it. I allow love to be lived through me. I allow love to be lived through me. So let's remember some of the main points tonight, which is when you feeling love and you feeling all that good feeling, you might be tricked to think it's coming from that other person or that other situation. But it's not coming from anything outside of you. That love you feel is coming from you. Because there was something about that person, something about that situation that made you forget your ego and your fear and separation. And when you forgot your ego and your fear and separation, the love of God flowed through you. And it felt so good, you might be tempted to think that love and that feeling came from that person or that situation, and then you might be tempted to want to grab them and possess them. And that's the trick, because that good feeling came from you, because you are love. Love is what you are. I say you are love, and love is what you are. I say you are love, and love is what you are, because love is what you are. And then you tell yourself, I will teach only love because that is what I am. I teach only love because that is what I am. That's right, Francis. I allow the love to be lived through me. I said, I allow the love to be lived through me. Allow the love to be lived through me. I allow the love to be lived through me. We're coming forth to carry you. Mighty companions, you are so very, very awesome. And I want to invite you on Thursday, starting January 4th, on Thursday, I'm going to do at 7 p.m. what I call hardcore Course in Miracles. Right here at facebook.com/Earl Purdy live on my Earl Purdy page. It's going to be called Hardcore Course in Miracles. 7 p.m. Mountain Time every Thursday, starting January 4th. And my regular Course in Miracles Facebook Live on Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Kim, I love you so much too. Joanne, you are totally welcome. All you incredibly beautiful, gorgeous, mighty companions, I love you. It's been my pleasure, and I will see you next time.